Hi, I'm Robert Toth, and I'll be presenting our group project named Dino Stocks. Here with me today is Megan, Anthony, and Cody. Um, Getting right into it, we'll be speaking on the feature. We'll be doing a demonstration of the features of our web app, then going into our planning, go over our technologies, our challenges, and our future goals for this application. So getting right into it, we have our website deployed here using AWS. So what we aimed to create here was a web app geared for kids around 8 to 14 years of age, who to make an educational platform for stock trading using a dinosaur theme to make it engaging and entertaining for them. So here we have our homepage. Welcome to Dino Stocks. We created through CSS custom colors here to give a consistent theme throughout the website, to give that Jurassic feel and prehistoric feel. So as we scroll through our page here, we do touch on the features here about buying and selling shares of dinosaurs. So instead of buying and selling just to typical stocks like your Microsoft and whatnot, we actually are buying shares of dinosaurs, which we'll touch more on as we go through the page. We have portfolio monitoring system set up in place and a dino market as well. So that being said, we'll jump into the login page using our user authentication that we have set up. Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that. Zoom. Okay, so we have our password in, so we'll go ahead and log in now. So whenever we log in, it directs us to the overview page. This is essentially a dashboard that shows an overview of your portfolio performance. I recently bought these stocks, so we don't have daily feedback, but as you can see, our hourly feedback shows our portfolio performance hour by hour here on a line graph. We also have a table of the stocks that we currently own, which has the ability to buy and sell with modals that pop up for each one for buying and selling. An image here, which acts as a profile picture that will change based off the level you are. The higher your buying power, which you have in the nav bar here, there's different thresholds where this image will change to make it a little more fun there. Also, your total money available displayed as well as some quick actions. So if we're interested in buying more stock or buying what other stocks are available, we move on to our Dino Stock Marketplace here, where we have a list of 20 dinosaur stocks that you can buy and sell, each showing some recent performance of these stocks that are available, with the option to buy shares here as well. And then if we click on one, so let's click on the Plesiosaurus. We go into our Dino Stock detail page. Cute little picture here. All the images, by the way, on the page are AI generated. We had some fun doing that. And it gives you a description of the dinosaur and a little bit of information about them for that educational aspect, as well as a stock widget here we implemented to show the historical performance of what the real life stock would be, so that you have historical data to potentially make buying and selling decisions for your portfolio. We also have an about page here that we touch on just to give a little more information to our users to discuss a little bit more about what Dino Stocks is about, a little bit about what stocks are, at a very basic level, and discuss some of the features on our site, such as the Dino Market, and a nice little tip here as well about not putting all your eggs in one dinosaur nest. So this is the current implementation and live pages we have created. Of course, if we log out, it will send us back to our homepage here in order to potentially log in again. So that is all the quick feature demonstration. So I will now pass it on to Cody.
Okay. Hello, my name is Cody Hardy. First off, we wanted to thank Judith Soldias for her team project workshop. After our personal projects, we implemented like a reverse engineering approach to the website because the team was important that we never lost sight of the final product. With this in mind, we were using TLDraw and Notion to draw visuals of the website along with buttons and possible functionalities. Our next objective utilized Moscow methodology to filter out user stories and ideas into must-haves, should-haves, could-haves, and won't-haves. Deciding as a group what our MVP was has saved days of work by keeping the team within a realistic scope within the timeline. The last piece of the planning process before actually typing out any code was designing a rough template of the entity relationship diagram for the Django models. We ended up redesigning twice before we had a clear idea of the models, but by the end of the project, our models still deviated from what we had originally planned. With that, I'm now going to pass it to Anthony Quiones.
Hello, I'm Anthony Quinones, and I'll be discussing the challenges or some of the challenges that we face within the project. Um, a lot of which we didn't exactly foresee starting out, especially during that planning process. We're going to start talking about just the group dynamic in general. Initially, we started with 6 members and planned within a scope achievable by 6 people in a 2-week timeline. However, as the group decreased, we had to scrap a bit of material and reevaluate our user stories. Additionally, it was also pretty challenging finding times where we were all available to work together just due to real life contingencies going on. Um, Moving on, Dino Stocks is a program that was intended for kids, so it was also a bit difficult to determine what features would be essential for children to learn basic stock market fundamentals. For example, a child may not need to know about how to make calls or puts on a stock, but they can definitely comprehend the buying and selling aspect. So that's kind of where or why we decided to go the direction that we went. Next, we have version control, which we faced some adversity with, and there was at least 2 to 3 times where we realized we were working on the main branch. However, all those merging conflicts helped reinforce our understanding of the Git, and they were good mistakes to make for the sake of the learning process. Lastly, using Docker. Because we use Celery in the backend with a Redis server, we ended up needing a total of 6 containers built off of 3 Docker files. This was one of those things where we had to do a bit of self-learning to apply Docker to our project specifically, but we managed to use Docker Compose to build the images and run all the containers, linking those that needed to be linked. But that basically sums up the challenges, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Megan to talk about some of our technologies.
Good morning, I'm Megan Buck, and I'm going to discuss the technologies we used. So our backend structure uses a Python-based Django framework. This provides most of the data processing for the site and manages calls to external data sources. For Dino Stocks, this included the Real Stonks API hosted by Rapid API. Django also provides an abstraction layer to our PostgreSQL database, which provides persistent storage. We utilize Celery on the backend, which is a task queue, job queue based on distributed message passaging. It was used for scheduling hourly calls to the third-party API to update the current stock prices without overloading the amount of third-party API calls we made, along with scheduling our hourly calls to update the most recent portfolio value, giving us access to that historical portfolio value data. On our front end, we use the React JavaScript library, which was enhanced with components from Recharts and Bootstrap. We also use a widget from Jika.io to pull in historical stock data. Our development code base was managed through GitHub, and our production site is hosted using Docker on Amazon Web Services. We use Zoom and Discord for team communication and Notion for project management. With that, I will pass it on to Cody for future planning.
So for future goals, first on our list was going to be ensuring that Dino Stocks in the future could be mobile web responsive, so that whether you're on a tablet, smartphone, computer, the Dino Stocks experience would be seamless and enjoyable. At the heart of Dino Stocks was education, so we're committed to enhancing the learning experience for young investors and exploring the possibility of rolling out comprehensive lesson plans tailored specifically for children. The plans will cover everything from like the basics of finance to the intricate world of stock market trading, and it's all presented in a way that would be engaging and easy for a child to grasp. So next on our list would be imagine navigating through a dinosaur park within the app. We consider creating an interactive map layout of your Dino Stocks dinosaur park, and if developed, the feature would provide a visually appealing and intuitive way for the users to explore different aspects of the app, from the stock market arena to the educational zone. Your dinosaur park would come to life in a way that would be very different from most other websites. Finally, we have the possibility of introducing a watch list feature, and that would allow you to add specific dinosaur stocks you're interested in. And if developed, you'd be able to stay updated on their performance, make informed decisions as you grow in your Dino stock portfolio.
Alrighty, thanks, Cody. And that will conclude our presentation for our group project here at Code Platoon. Once again, you can visit, this site is live. You can visit at dinostocks.com, sign up, and start trading dinosaurs yourself. We'll now open the floor for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dino Stocks. That was great. Looks like we have a couple questions in the chat that I'm going to go ahead and ask out loud here. How is the starting amount available to spend determined? What happens if you run out? Or would an adult set that part up?
I can answer that part. So the starting amount is set at 10,000 and it's created when you actually sign up for the account. Once you run out of that amount, you're not allowed to buy anything else. You can sell some of your stocks so you continue buying, or you just wait. If you end up going bankrupt, you just basically have to start over again with a new account.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Megan. The next question was, how did you add the AI generated images into your project?
Yeah, I can go ahead and take that one. So we had some fun with the AI generated images with this. We primarily use Dolly image generation, prompting it with the theme of the dinosaur and the stock trading for the images that you see here. Once we did that and we found ones that we like from the output of that, we simply just saved them, added them to the public directory in our folder and referenced them. But it was definitely a lot of fun using the AI images for this particular case.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you so much. We got a question from LinkedIn. How challenging did you find it to add stock information to the charts that you used?
I'll take this one again because that was one of my roles. This actually wasn't too hard. One of the charts we used was for the portfolio value, and that was, we did that with a React library called recharts. And honestly, all I had to do was take the code to make a line chart from recharts. I was able to find a couple different example of this, and I just added in the object that we were using to store the portfolio information value, and it automatically made the line chart for me. And then again, the other chart we had was for the stock history of each individual chart. And this was actually a widget that we got from Jika.io. And since each stock in the background is connected to or each dinosaur is connected to a real life stock, then we took that name of that real life stock to populate the stock history from the widget on Jika.io.
All right. Thank you so much, Megan. The next question is actually from Adam. He is asking if he should diversify his portfolio with both land-based and aquatic dinosaurs.
I would say absolutely, because that is a key component to teaching your child about investment, is diversity.
All right. Great. And I believe we have one last final questions from one of our alumni, actually. And this one's seems to be a funny pun one. If I wait long enough, will my dino stock turn into oil stock?
So part of the features in Dino Stocks is as your portfolio grows and you reach new milestones with the amount of money inside, like the value of your portfolio, the pictures will change into larger and larger dinosaurs. So maybe in the future we could just do an Easter egg. Like if you reach an incredibly like unimaginably high number, we'll just put an oil drum in there.
All right, sounds perfect.
You'll have to just sign up and find out for yourself. Dinostocks.com.